Now I'm going to explain a bit of anatomy and the functions of the body, or the biomechanical function, that help us to comprehend the technique or form, a historical one just like a seitei gata, and the weapon, and in how to use well this weapon. We cannot forget the anatomy and physiological aspects that bring us the knowledge of the biomechanical function to comprehend the potency of the weapon could reach when in contact with another human body imbued with aggressive intention. For the blood to achieve the whole organism, the freedom of articulations movement or joint movements of the skeletal system is under some limits. The mobility of joint part is 160 degrees. Thus, it is not possible to a component goes out of these joints to complete a movement. It needs to move round the single point which is fixed, and then the movements work as a lever. Muscles and bones act together to form levers. A lever is a rigid rod, usually a length of bone, that turns about a pivot, usually a joint, and levers can be used so that a small force can move a much bigger force. Scalp injuries are usually the result of direct impact but may not be apparent in inflicted head injuries. When present, this may manifest as abrasion, bruising, laceration, or a burn, subcutaneous hemorrhage or edema, subgaleal hemorrhage, or a subperiosteal hemorrhage. Skull fractures may be classified into simple and complex categories. If the weapon is used with the intention of serious trauma, it could cause multiple facial and cranial injuries. We can think that breaking fingers may be a foolish thing to do, but a broken finger or fingers, although may seem like a minor injury, could bring a serious problem to the opponent, especially to manipulate the weapon. That's why we have to perform delicate functions like grasping or manipulating this weapon with our palm. And when we fracture a finger bone, it can put our whole hand out of alignment. The hand could well be one of the most important parts of our body. The hands and wrists are composed of series of small bones easily susceptible to fracturing. An injury to the hand, wrist or finger can be painful and may place numerous limitations on our ability to perform a technique. Because the wrist, hands and fingers are necessary in work activities, employment can be serious impacts in a person suffers a serious hand or wrist fracture, possibly resulting in a temporary inability to fight. And that's why so many arts have the hand and wrist injury and fracture as first intentions. So now we can understand why the Manriki Kusari usually is used to strike these areas, the hand area, fingers area, and the arm area, or facial and cranial areas. In the case of the hands and arms, it's usually to cause some damage in the opponent, so that he could not use anymore the weapon that he is carrying. And if we have the intention of serious trauma, the head, the cranial and facial areas are the perfect ones. If we have the intention